Hey guys, so I'm super excited to share some information with you guys today during nap time because that's how I roll. So thank you for being on here. I know that you're taking time out of your day, and I know that can be hard and stressful, and we don't all have a lot of time. So I will keep this as short and sweet as I can and give you all the nuts and bolts of what I'm going to talk to you about. So I'm going to give you a little information about my journey, my family, how this whole world of Arbonne came about for me, and kind of how it changed my life, my husband's life, the way that we looked at life, all those good things. So I'm going to quickly just dive into it and start and hopefully have this wrapped up in about 15 minutes because I think that's when my daughter's going to wake up. So that's what we're going to do. So my name is Tara Bishop. I am a district manager in Arbonne, and also an independent consultant because we're always independent consultants. But my level is the district manager. So, so what I kind of want to go over is, where I started, where I was before I started this journey. And so I'm just let's just dive in. About a year ago, I started, and I was at that time a mom of 3. I had a baby that was 1. I had a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old, I think. It's hard for me to remember. But yeah, I was kind of going through the groove. Like that 1-year-old kind of, after you have a baby, you kind of go through this little days of like everything's diapers and bottles and all this stuff, and I love it. I've wanted to be a stay-at-home mom my whole life. So I totally embraced that, and I loved it. But this go around, I really struggled. I had some major postpartum depression. I was feeling super sad all the time, and I didn't really know why. It was just like the weirdest thing. Like all of a sudden I was just like, I had all these blessings, these amazing, amazing blessings in my life. I was so grateful for everything that I had, for my health, for my happiness, for my kids, for their health. Like I was so thankful for everything. I thanked God every single day. And I still was so sad, and I was like, what in the world is going on with me? So I was kind of going through this rough patch. At the same time, I was feeling uber guilty that I was at home with my kids while my husband was working his tail off to support our family. He was working over 700 hours of overtime a year and just putting in the work and supporting us. I felt really guilty that I was in this brand new house. Even though it's such a blessing and we are able to afford it, I still felt so bad that I wasn't helping him in some way to be able to be home with our kids more. So I just was really struggling with that. Even though I knew that that's what he wanted to do, he wanted me to stay home, I still in some way was just I just was struggling with that whole idea of not being able to help support the family and have him be in their life a little bit more than he was at the time. So, I don't really know. I got into this business, not really going full forward, hey, I'm going to grow this business and I'm going to go to the top. That's not how. It was kind of one of those things that kind of fell into my lap, and I was like, okay, I'm going to grip onto this. I'm going to do something for myself because I was missing the me factor, I was missing Tara. I love, love, love being a mom, and I love that. And but at the same time as being a mom, I wanted that drive of something that was just for me, just for me, that I could grab onto and, and run with, which, has always been one of those things. I love business. I love, spreadsheets. We just had built the house. So at that time, the house was my thing, I got to work with all the contractors and all that stuff. So it was really good. But I had missed that part of it, like the me. And so I decided to go into this venture. I had never really had a vision like bigger than just the present. It was like always that feeling of like, okay, and sorry, my nose is itching so bad. Yeah, I always had this like kind of like, okay, we'll get into the next month. This is what we'll do this year, or whatever. But I never had that like plan of like 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line. I didn't have these big, huge dreams and goals and all that good stuff that I really wanted to have. And so, sorry, I'm kind of getting off track and my nose is itching so bad. So I was yearning for this, this thing that I could call mine. I also wanted this, I wanted to be able to help my husband. I wanted to be able to pay for my car. I wanted to be able to take him on a vacation and have him not have to pay for it. I wanted to be able to provide a little bit of something for him without him having to work so hard for it. And I know that sounds kind of silly and maybe like, I know that like we're a team and that money is our money and we both have our different places in our family. But there was this part of me that was like, what if I could have this awesome career that provided me with this awesome income and took us on this amazing trip that we just got as like a bonus because we did our job well, So I was so fully like when I heard about all these things and when I heard Bree talk about it, because her story is very similar to mine. Her husband works with my husband. When I heard her story, it totally just like, it brings tears to my eyes every time I think about her story and how it has changed her life, because I want my husband to retire early. I want him to have the ability to go and do what he's passionate about and what he wants to do. And, I want him to dream big too. I want him to have big, huge dreams, just like I have big, huge dreams. So not only is it for me and my family and my kids and like the fact that I want them to see me and see me accomplish and work hard for something, but I also want them to see their dad enjoy life and enjoy his time with them, because if you can imagine, he comes home tired a lot, and we don't get to see Daddy and husband Mike very often because he's working so hard to support our family. And so it's very hard, and it's something that I'm very torn about, because obviously we feel very blessed that he has this amazing job, but at the same time we miss him. We miss him, we miss our Mikey, we miss our daddy. So that was our struggle. So I dove in, and I'll admit, like, Mikey was like not fully on board at first. He was like, this is such a scam. Like, what are you doing? But at the same time, he's like, oh, whatever. If this is what makes you happy, you do you. So, it's not like it took a bunch of money out of our bank account, because that's not how Arbonne works. So it's funny because he basically didn't, until I started bringing home enough to pay for my car, and then double that. And then he was like, oh, this is like a real thing. You really get paid to like help people and inspire people and, live your best life. And he's like, I didn't really realize that was like a thing, that you could really do that. And so it was really cool to see it through his eyes too, to all of a sudden see him believing in the thing that I was believing so much in, because I had full faith from the beginning, once I used these products, that I was going to be able to grow this business and grow it into a big thing, because I had this passion to help others get fit and feel better about themselves, maybe to get them out of a situation that they don't want to be in, to have more independence. There's so many different ways that this business can bring you into a different place in your life. And I love that. I was listening to SoundClouds, and what SoundClouds are is, it's like basically, these girls will talk about their stories. And I loved the idea that they were talking about their belief in God. And I know that that maybe won't resonate for some people, but for me that resonated because you don't hear people talk about that in their businesses very often. And these women are fully engulfed in their faith, and it is amazing to hear that they bring it back to God, that He's the one that provided this for them so that they could help other people. And I loved hearing that. That very much spoke to me on so many levels, because I am a person that loves helping and caring for others. And that is my best day is when somebody else succeeds. I love seeing people happy. I love seeing people smile. I love seeing people overcome obstacles. That is my favorite thing to see. So if I get to be a part of somebody's journey and to see them succeed, that is so much better than seeing myself succeed. And that's why I love this business so much. So I kind of got off tangents there because I get very passionate about that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and dive into a little bit about the levels now of this business. So there's only 4 levels, makes it super easy. I'm a very simple person. I like numbers. I like straightforward, like give me the little, little details. Give me those. So there's 4 levels to this business. That's it. The first level is the district manager. That's where I am. I make about between $200 and $1,500 a month. I can't remember not making any below the $500 a month. So that's the averages. But definitely I am in the higher average. And that was an 8% pay raise for me. I got that after 3 months of being in Arbonne. So I had never actually gotten an 8% raise in my life. So to have it in 3 months was pretty awesome. And then also on top of that, I had a $200 bonus just for doing the job that I was doing for helping people, which also is amazing. So that's the first level. The second level is an area manager. An area manager makes between $1,500 and $4,000 a month, which I'll take in an instant, right? Like that would be my supplement income. I don't think I've ever made over, like on a normal 9-to-5 job, I don't think I've ever made over like $35,000. So like that would be like your supplemental income, right? For that type of job. Also at that point, you get to, your business is willable to your children or your family or your charity of choice. You can will that to them. So if anything ever happens to you, that money will automatically go to them every month, because you will be still collecting a paycheck, because that's how it works. We build our business big, and we teach everybody and train everybody to continue to help and improve everybody's businesses, and that's why it works so well. So that one is area manager. The third level is regional vice president. This level is, they make between $4,000 and $15,000 a month. That's huge. That's a replacement income for like my husband's job that supports our whole family. So they make that by just working a couple hours a week. It's basically a part-time job. But when they work and do certain things, and that's what makes them improve and their team improve. And it's kind of a ripple effect. So yeah, between $15,000 and $4,000 a month. Also at that level, you get to drive the company car, and this car is not just any car, it's a Mercedes, a white Mercedes. It doesn't have to have like some big Arbonne on the side. It's this little tiny thing that on the back that says Arbonne. And you get to drive that, and that's in your name. That's not in Arbonne's name, that's in your name, and they pay for that for you, which is so awesome. So then the next level is national vice president. National vice president, okay, you ready for this? Makes on average, $22,000 a month. Now think about that. What would you do with $22,000 a month? Or more than that, because most of them make more than that. And it's some people are like, oh my gosh, like how many people are actually in that position? You guys, there's tons of them. My girlfriend Tara, she lives in Colorado. She is amazing, and she is a national vice president. And I tell you what, like we call her, we can call her whenever we need to. She is not like one of those people that's like, oh, I made it to the top. No, that's not how it works. Like these people are just normal people, normal everyday people. Some of them were stay-at-home moms. Some of them were teachers. Some of them were OBGYNs. Some were veterinarians. Some were nurses, like from all walks of life. Some were accountants, you know, and now they're doing this Arbonne job, and it's not really a job. Like we just help people, and we help build people's businesses, and we help them improve their lives and their kids' lives. It's like, it's a dream. Like it's a dream to do this. We get to go and hang out with whoever we want. And, you know, we pick the people that we work with. So, you know, I get to work with my friends. Some of my best friends are people on my team. Like I couldn't have picked a better gig to do than this. Because I get to spend the time with the people that I love the most in life. So you're probably wondering what the heck we sell, because you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, Tara, do you like sell drugs or something? No. We are a vegan based health and wellness company. So we have been vegan since before it was popular, if you can think about that. So it's been over 40 years that this business has been around. And we've started with skincare, and now we're in health and wellness. And that's really where my passion is. I love their health and wellness line. It's amazing. I mean, I love everything they have, but I lost 20 pounds in the first month that I did the 30 Days to Healthy Living program. And it changed the way that I thought about food, the way that I thought about myself, really. And so I was just really all in at that point. So it's a vegan-based company. It's a global business. So it's in so many different countries. If you have a phone and an internet, you can do this business anywhere you want, anytime you want. So you can move to Europe. You could move to Hawaii. You could do anything you want. As long as you have a phone and internet, you can work this business. We do not hold products in our house and sell from our house. Some people have them for samples, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary to have a big stockpile in your house. I mean, you probably will because you'll use all the products, but so that's the easy part about it is you don't have to have all those things in your house and no inventory. The products are exceptional. We go by European standards, so that means that their standards. Okay, let's see. So let's start with U.S. U.S. standards is we remove they ban about 10 toxic substances from our products. So like your skincare products. The European standards are a little different. They ban over 1,500 toxic substances from our skincare lines and that stuff. So when you walk into a Rite Aid in the U.S. Or any kind of store, Walgreens, supermarket, and you get like a lotion or a shampoo off of the shelf, the standards are very low. So that's why it's such an easy button for me with Arbonne, is because I know that the standards are super high. They're gluten-free, vegan, cruelty-free, like no fragrances, no dyes, nothing like that in there. So it's super easy. We have over 400 products, and I can just go online to my account and order them, and they ship right to my house. Or if I'm in Hawaii on vacation, they'll ship right to Hawaii for me. So it's just the ease of having that. And knowing that they're safe what you're putting in, like what you're putting on your kids, because I'll tell you time and time again, it takes 26 seconds for those chemicals and toxins to go into your bloodstream after you put them on your skin, which is a very sad and scary thing when you think about how many products that you put on your kids or on yourself. So knowledge is power, and as soon as people realize these things, they can change their decisions and start thinking about what they're putting in their mouth, on their faces, all that kind of stuff. So right now, what I want you to do before I close up, I want to say, I want you to think about what you would do if you had an extra $200 a month. What would you do with that $200? Or if you had an extra $1,000, what would you do? Maybe even $5,000. What kind of things would you do with that money? What could that give you? What could you do to help other people? What if you had an extra $22,000 a month?